Wait till you see this. NASA's Perseverance rover just sent back the clearest and most detailed footage of Mars that we've ever seen. These images are so sharp and amazing that they've shocked scientists and regular people alike. But the question is, what exactly is in these images? Could this be the biggest discovery of all time? Could we finally be getting closer to finding life on Mars? In this video, we're going to dive deep into the stunning details captured by Perseverance and explore how these new images are changing everything we know about the red planet. This is something you won't want to miss. Stay tuned. Let's take a quick trip back in time. NASA has been trying to explore Mars for over 20 years now, but the dream of landing on Mars goes back even further. In the early days of space exploration, scientists thought Mars was the perfect place to search for alien life. But getting there was not easy. Sending robots to Mars to orbit the planet was one thing, but landing on its surface? That was a whole new challenge. That's when NASA had the idea to send rovers. These robotic vehicles would travel across the Martian surface and do science experiments. And guess what? This idea changed everything. Back in 1997, NASA sent the first ever rover to Mars, Sojourner. This was huge. It was a small robot compared to today's rovers, but at the time, it was mind-blowing that we could actually send a robot to another planet. For 83 days, Sojourner took pictures of Mars' surface, analyzed rocks and soil, and sent back valuable information. It proved that rovers could work on Mars, and this paved the way for all the missions that came after. Then, in 2004, NASA launched the twin rovers Spirit and Opportunity. These two rovers had one job: explore different parts of Mars. And wow, did they succeed! Opportunity sent back data for an amazing 15 years. 15 years. One of the biggest discoveries? Evidence that Mars once had liquid water on its surface. This was a game changer because where there's water, there could have been life. And that got scientists wondering, could there be life on Mars? In 2012, NASA launched the Curiosity rover. This rover was bigger and more advanced. It had powerful tools that allowed it to study Mars in ways we'd never done before. Curiosity's mission was to find out if Mars could have supported life in the past. And guess what? It found signs that Mars may have once had conditions that could have supported microbial life. But wait, the biggest news is still ahead. The Perseverance rover, NASA's latest and most advanced rover, just sent back the clearest images of Mars ever. These images are so detailed that it feels like we're standing on Mars ourselves. And the craziest part? The footage shows parts of Mars we've never seen before. Could this bring us closer to discovering life on Mars? Or maybe understanding its mysterious past? Every new discovery from Perseverance gets us one step closer to unlocking Mars' greatest secrets. Could this new footage be the key to finding life on our neighboring planet? We're on the edge of a major breakthrough. The Perseverance rover's images are only the beginning. The journey to uncover Mars' history, and maybe even the secret of life, has only just begun. What will we find next? NASA has been sending robots to Mars for decades to learn more about our red neighbor. But the latest rover, Perseverance, is something truly special. It landed on Mars in February 2021, and it's the most advanced rover NASA has ever built. It's designed to do something big: search for signs of ancient life on Mars, collect samples of rocks and soil, and help pave the way for future humans to explore the planet. Perseverance's footage is like nothing we've ever seen before. The images it's sending back are incredible, giving us a whole new look at Mars like never before. But could these pictures really show signs of life? Let's dive in. You wouldn't believe what it took to get Perseverance to Mars. After launching in July 2020, the rover traveled through space for over 6 months before arriving at its destination. On February 18, 2021, Perseverance entered Mars' atmosphere with a dramatic 7 minutes of terror mantelpiece claw. That's right, 7 minutes of heart-stopping moments where the rover had to safely land on the surface. And guess what? For the first time ever, people on Earth could watch as Perseverance descended into Mars' atmosphere, deployed its parachute, dropped its heat shield, and then used a rocket-powered sky crane to gently lower itself down to the surface. The footage from this landing is breathtaking. It's the first time we've ever been able to see such a daring and complicated landing in real time. And it didn't just look cool. It gave scientists crucial information to improve future Mars missions. Incredible, right? Once Perseverance landed safely on the Martian surface, it started sending back even more amazing footage. This was the first close-up look at Jezero crater, the spot NASA chose because it's believed to have once been a lake that could have supported ancient life. The rover's cameras, the most advanced ever sent to Mars, are showing us remarkable details of the crater. There are delta-like structures, which suggest that rivers once flowed into the lake, carrying sediments that could hold the key to understanding whether life existed there. Could these images hold the secret to life on Mars? As we look at these breathtaking pictures from Perseverance, the excitement is building. Could we finally be getting close to uncovering the truth about life on Mars? The rover's footage is so clear that it feels like we're right there with it, exploring the red planet ourselves. With every new image, scientists are getting one step closer to answering one of the biggest questions of all: was there ever life on Mars? This is just the beginning of what promises to be an incredible journey of discovery. Perseverance has only just started its mission, and there's still so much more to explore. What will the next set of images reveal? Could they bring us even closer to discovering life on Mars? If you think you've seen Mars before, think again. The footage that Perseverance has been sending back is mind-blowing. Previous rovers gave us great images, but the technology back then couldn't compare to what we're seeing now. Perseverance is equipped with 23 cameras, and many of them capture stunning 4K resolution images. This means we're seeing Mars like never before, clearer, sharper, and in vivid color. Every rock, crater, and mountain is now crystal clear. It's like we're right there with Perseverance on the Martian surface. We all know Mars as the red planet, but did you know it's not just red? The footage reveals a beautiful range of colors, from rusty reds to golden yellows and deep browns. These colors are more than just beautiful, they tell a story about Mars' past. By studying these colors, scientists can understand the geology and history of the planet. Could these colors even be hiding clues about life on Mars? Another incredible thing we're seeing in this high-def footage is Mars' atmosphere. Mars has a very thin atmosphere, mostly made of carbon dioxide. When we've seen images from space, the atmosphere always looked hazy. But now, Perseverance is showing us real-time footage of dust clouds swirling and faint winds blowing. This gives us a brand new perspective on Mars as a living, breathing planet. Hold on, it gets even more intense. One of the most dramatic pieces of footage isn't from after Perseverance landed, but from the moment it was descending to Mars. This is the 7 minutes of terror, a heart-pounding sequence that NASA engineers had to get perfect to safely land Perseverance. Here's why this is so intense. During these 7 minutes, Perseverance had to slow down from 12,000 miles per hour to a safe landing speed. It deployed a supersonic parachute, fired thrusters, and even used a rocket-powered sky crane to gently lower itself onto the Martian surface. Any mistake could have caused a crash. And for the first time ever, we get to see it all in real time. The heat shield falling away, the parachute inflating, and the Martian landscape coming into view as Perseverance descends. It's like a scene from a science fiction movie, but it's real. As we watch the footage unfold, the excitement builds. Could these clear images be hiding clues about life on Mars? The colors, the dust storms, and the ancient lake beds could tell us more about the planet's history, and if it ever had the conditions to support life. Imagine this, you're watching live as NASA's Perseverance rover descends toward the Martian surface. It's an emotional moment, and you can almost feel the tension of the engineers at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. Will the rover land safely? What if something goes wrong? This is one of the riskiest moments in space history, and every single second counts. Hourglass not done. When Perseverance finally touches down on Mars, the entire world breathes a sigh of relief. Victory! This landing is one of the most important achievements in the history of space exploration. It's a win not just for NASA, but for humanity. Once Perseverance safely lands, it immediately starts sending back stunning footage of the Martian surface, including images of Jezero crater. This isn't just any place on Mars. Scientists picked it because they believe it was once home to a giant body of water. What's even more exciting? The footage shows ancient river channels that once carried water into the crater. Could this be proof that Mars had a climate that could support life? Could life have once existed on Mars? This is a huge clue. Mars is no ordinary planet. The rover's footage shows a place from dusty plains to jagged rocks, and from deep, ancient craters to smooth, eroded riverbeds. It's a land of mystery, a world frozen in time. One thing is clear, Mars was once a very different place, with flowing rivers and lakes that might have made it possible for life to thrive. But it's not all beauty. The footage also shows how harsh and unforgiving Mars can be. The temperature at night can drop to an inhuman -100 degrees Celsius. Its thin atmosphere offers no protection from the sun, and the planet is as desolate as it gets. No plants. No animals. A cold, empty world, yet it still feels strangely familiar. Mars is covered in craters, some old, some new. These craters were made by asteroids and comets crashing into the surface millions of years ago. But here's the secret, each crater tells a different story about Mars. Some craters show signs of erosion, meaning water was once here. Others are perfectly intact, giving us a glimpse of more recent events. Man Detective. Every crater Perseverance captures gives us another clue about Mars' history and whether it ever supported life. Could these craters be hiding ancient secrets? Perseverance's mission is clear: search for signs of ancient microbial life. Right now, Mars is cold and barren, with no life in sight. But what if, millions of years ago, Mars was home to tiny microbes? What if life once thrived here? The rover is our best chance to find out. With the footage Perseverance has already sent back, we're closer than ever to answering the biggest question of all: did life ever exist on Mars? And with every new discovery, it feels like we might be on the brink of uncovering the biggest secret in the universe. Billions of years ago, scientists believed Mars was a lot more like Earth. Imagine rivers, lakes, and even oceans, a place where life could have existed. What if Mars once had life? That's the incredible mystery NASA is trying to solve with the Perseverance rover. And guess what? The latest footage could be the key. Perseverance is on a mission to search for signs of ancient life in Mars' Jezero crater. This crater was once filled with water, and the river channels around it suggest that Mars may have had an environment perfect for life, maybe even microbial life. Every single image the rover sends back helps scientists zero in on places where fossils might be hiding in Mars' ancient rocks. Could this be the moment we've been waiting for? The footage from Jezero crater is jaw-dropping. You can see old river channels and large deposits of dirt that could hold secrets of Mars' watery past. Could the rocks in this area hide fossilized life? The excitement is real because if we find ancient microbes in these layers, it would change everything we know about life in the universe. Scientists are more excited than ever. If Perseverance finds evidence of life, it wouldn't just prove that life existed on Mars, it would suggest that life could exist elsewhere in the universe. Imagine, life might not be as rare as we thought. This discovery could change our understanding of how life began on Earth and where else we might find it. Despite the exciting discoveries, Mars is a harsh and dangerous place to explore. The footage shows a barren, cold, and dusty world. It's a place where the temperature can swing from a mild 20 degrees Celsius during the day to minus 100 degrees Celsius at night. And don't forget about the thin atmosphere, mostly made of carbon dioxide, that makes it super hard for any machines to work. Perseverance is built to withstand these crazy conditions, but it's not easy. Here's where it gets really exciting. Along with Perseverance, NASA sent a tiny helicopter named Ingenuity to Mars. This is huge. Ingenuity was the first aircraft to ever fly on another planet, and it worked. Party popper, in fact, Ingenuity has now flown multiple times, giving us an entirely new perspective on Mars. From above, Ingenuity helps scientists find places Perseverance can't reach and map out Mars like never before. The success of Ingenuity is beyond what anyone expected. The footage of its flight shows just how amazing this tiny helicopter is. It's helping scientists spot interesting spots that could hold the next big discovery. Maybe even places where future human missions can land. Ingenuity's flights are proving that flying on Mars is possible, and that opens up so many doors for future space missions. So, here's the big question: is this all just an exciting discovery, or could NASA be hiding something from us? The footage from Perseverance and Ingenuity has given us more clues than ever, but what's coming next could be even bigger. Could we be about to find the first signs of life beyond Earth? The search for life on Mars is just getting started, and you can be part of it. Every new discovery brings us closer to understanding what happened on Mars, and whether life ever lived there. Make sure you don't miss a thing, subscribe, hit the bell, and stay tuned for more updates from NASA's Mars missions. The future of space exploration is happening now, and it's going to be an incredible journey. What do you think? Do you believe we'll find life on Mars? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Like, subscribe, and share for more thrilling discoveries from Mars. You don't want to miss what's coming next.